Okay, man. The nice Rwandan man who is not fluent in English and works as a tour guide. His name is Jackson and he became famous after he answered a tourist with "Okay." And his answer was very kind, and this is what made him very famous. But unfortunately, the man did not know that he was one of the most famous icons of the internet, and on top of that, he did not even receive financial support from his video, which spread like crazy on the internet. Success Kid is an internet meme featuring a baby clenching a fistful of sand with determined facial expression. He's probably the most popular kid on the internet. As the child Sam destroyed his friend's castle on the seashore, this made his mother think that he was proud of what he did, so she photographed him in this position. But the truth is that after destroying his friend's castle, he ate the sand, and because of the salinity, these features appeared. The mother liked the photo, so she posted it on Flickr, and this is where the boy's fame began. Although Sam's fame caused him some problems, it had positive side, as his father's condition was difficult and he needed a liver transplant. And because of people's sympathy for him and also his selling of many commercial deals in his pictures, he was able to save his dad's life and live a decent life. The most famous dog on the internet is simply Kabuto, otherwise known as Doge. He is a Shiba Inu. Kabuto's story began when a girl named Sato adopted him in 2008. Sato loved him very much and published his pictures on the internet. In 2010, Sato posted a very strange picture of Kabuto, as it looked like a strange and manipulated picture. But the picture was real. Kabuto was looking at the camera in a strange way, with a raised eyebrows and half an eye as if he was surprised. And the picture reached Reddit, and its users were the ones who gave him the nickname Doge. Kabuto became insanely famous in the years that followed, to the point that he obtained a digital currency that was traded for millions of dollars. In 2016, Elon Musk even talked about it, and the meme's popularity increased more and more. But Kabuto grew old and fell ill a little and became 18 years old, and we do not know if he will turn 19 years old. But the only thing that is certain is that he will remain an icon in the world of the internet. The Disaster Girl. If we talk about what is called coldness of feelings, we must talk about this legendary meme. When this house was burning in the background, the little girl was smiling coldly, as if she was enjoying the view. This meme spread like crazy on the internet, and people started changing the background with the disaster that happened. And this is what made the girl be called the Disaster Girl. And the truth about the true story of this picture will completely change your view of it, as the origin of the picture goes back to the year 2005, when the owner of the house wanted to demolish it, so he donated it to the fire department so they could experiment. All the residents of the area gathered in there, and the 4-year-old little girl, Zoe Roth, was also there, accompanied by her father, the photographer. When the father asked his daughter to look at him and smile so he could photograph her, this was the main reason for the creation of one of the greatest memes in the history of the internet. Years later, Zoe appeared on the BuzzFeed video channel and expressed her annoyance with her fame, especially since she became vulnerable to bullying. But all that changed in 2021, when she was able to sell her NFT image for $500,000. Money always solves problems and solves many other problems. So do not believe anyone who tells you money is bad. Crying Man. This is the most famous cry on the internet. Although there are many memes that express sadness or crying, this is considered to be the most famous and the most influential on people, and it made everyone laugh without even understanding it. But when you know the story of Rocky Lockridge's cry, your outlook will change completely, and you will never laugh again at this man's crying. Rocky Lockridge was previously a boxer at the top of his level, and achieved more than 44 victories, 36 of which were by knockout. But everything has an end. In 1992, Rocky retired due to his old age. After his retirement, Rocky lost himself and his life was destroyed due to his addiction to alcohol and drugs, to the point that he began to suffer strokes because of it. After one of the television networks heard about his situation, they decided to host him and provide him with financial support in order to improve his life. Rocky had 2 sons whom he had not seen for 15 years, and they were also invited to the interview. Rocky, the boxing champion and the man who survived strokes, could not survive the blows and his children's accusations of neglect and their reminding of him and his behavior and indifference to them all these years. But in the end, they admitted to him that they still love him and need him in their lives. At this moment, Rocky collapsed and cried intensively for his condition and the condition of his children. He embodied for us the saying that man's crying moves mountains. It was a strange cry that made him one of the most famous people on the internet. After this incident, Rocky returned home and reconciled with his family. His life improved and he lived his best days with them, but he suffered suffered a stroke in 2019, but the bright side of the story is that he spent his last days with his family. Blinking white guy. Many people search for fame on the internet in any way and they try for years and most of them fail to achieve it. But this man was able to make the most used GIF in 2017, just by closing his eyes for a few seconds. People thought he was an actor and that shot was taken from an old movie, but the origin of the story goes back to 2013, when there was a team called Giant Bomb and they owned a site to cover games in their live streams. Drew was their editor, and when the team was sitting to film one of the games, Drew showed this expression that made him one of the most famous characters on the internet. This meme just shows the randomness and madness in the world of the internet. As simple as a spontaneous reaction to an hours-long streams made Drew one of the most famous personalities in the world. Side-eyeing toddler. The Drew meme was not the only meme that appeared in 2013. The whole story began when Lily's mother wanted to film her reaction when she told her that she is going to take them to Disneyland. The little girl started crying with joy and the filming moved to our legend, the younger sister Chloe, who did not know how to express her feelings at that moment because she had seen for the first time in her life someone crying with happiness. So she did not know whether she should laugh or feel happy or cry and imitate her sister. But it is likely that she just didn't know how to deal with the situation. Then Chloe's picture spread like crazy on the internet and became a true symbol of astonishment and confusion. Dancing Russian kid or simply Gypsy kid. You may have come across the video of a child dancing in a wonderful way at a party and you may have doubted that he is an old man, especially because of his presence in a place like this and with the strength of confidence and personality that this kid possesses. The origin of the meme dates back to 1997 in a Ukrainian amusement park. The video was published on a Russian channel 12 years ago, where this boy astonished everyone. And when the meme spread in 2018, everyone actually thought that it was a short man and impossible to be a child. But in one of his interviews in 1997, it was clear that he was just a child, but he had a tremendous confidence in himself, to the point that the comments said that this party is enjoying the boy and not the boy enjoying the party. Unfortunately, there is no other information about this legendary boy who appeared in the 20th century and became famous in the 21st century. Hide the pain Harold. Sometimes we are forced to hide pain and smile in many difficult situations, but Andreas, or known as Harold, does not have to do that because this is the nature of his smile. When this meme spread in 2014, many people thought that the images were modified in Photoshop, and this is what distinguished the Harold meme because people could not differentiate whether that smile was real or modified. It all started on one of Harold's vacations, where he took many pictures on himself and posted them on the internet. These photos attracted the attention of a photographer who noticed that his smile concealed many worries. So this photographer invited Harold and began photographing him as a doctor, as an engineer, as a teacher, and as a carpenter, and photographed him in all of the jobs. It seems that Harold is the father of Johnny, the astronaut, doctor, carpenter, and gamer. I left him with all of this talent. Anyways, the photographer started selling pictures of Harold on the internet, and Harold had to smile in order for the pictures to be sold. And here, the legendary meme was created for us, especially since Harold seemed as if he was forced to take the pictures. Someone was threatening him for smiling in those pictures, and although Harold's smile seemed to hide a lot of pain, he made millions of people laugh around the world, even if that was not his original goal. When Harold learned that he had become famous, he was very upset, especially since his wife considered it an invasion of the family's privacy. But everything changed when he was hosted on a Hungarian program and began receiving money because of his fame. Harold is a living legend. In addition to giving us one of the most important memes in history, he also gave us a life lesson that money can actually make your wife happy and make her accept you against her will. Now, in 2024, Harold has more than 500,000 followers on Instagram, and his amazing smile still appears everywhere, and we hope that it will never disappear. In the end, don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe. We worked hard at this one, and part 2 is coming soon.